Hello everyone, thanks for joining me in today's video. In today's video, we'll be looking at a CSS property called box sizing and its two values, border box and content box. We will look at how these two values influence the size of an HTML element. So let's get started. So as always, on the right we have our Firefox editor opened up with live server running on it, and on the left we have Sublime Text Editor opened up with index.html, style.css and design.txt open up. Design.txt contains the image that we'll be using for our design, and in the index.html we have our title tag. After that we have to meta tag, just doing some settings, and then we have a link tag that links our style.css to index.html. Following that we have our script tag linking JavaScript file to index.html. We will not be using any JavaScript in this design, but this is just a boilerplate that we use in all our projects. Now for this design, we'll need a container, so let's just create that using div tag. We'll give it a class of container, and inside that first we'll create another div tag, and inside that we'll create an image tag. And this source for this image will be this one. Let's just copy paste. This is just an image which is there present in the same folder as that of index.html, style.css and all the other files. Let's also add an alt tag, which is good to have, gray, bridge and trees. Okay, so there we have our image. Let's give this div tag class of image, and we'll also give another class called border box, which we will use in CSS to provide box sizing of border box. Okay, after that let's create an h2 tag which just says border box image, and let's put upward pointing finger. Okay, let's see if we got it. So there we have our text. Let's just copy paste this part, and let's modify this class to be content box. Again, we'll use this class to define the property of box sizing as content box for this image. Okay, and here we'll just say content. Okay, let's see if we got it. Yep. So that's all we need from HTML side. Let's go over to style.css for styling. First we'll do some basic styling, which will apply to all the elements using star selector. We'll just say padding 0 and margin 0, not margin top, margin 0. This will remove all the margin and the padding from all the elements, so there is no margin on the p tags also, and nothing on the image. And if you remember, there was a margin on the body which also got removed. Okay, let's style our container. Let's make it a flex element so everything is centered. We'll just make it using display flex, align item center, justify content center. Okay, but we don't want them to place side by side, we want them on top of each other, so for that we'll just do flex direction of column. Okay, all the things are centered now. Next thing that we'll do is we'll give our image tag property, which is just say height of 100% of its parent and width also 100% of its parent. Save it. Okay, next thing that we'll do is now we'll go ahead and style our image class, which applies to both the images. Okay, so I'll just do dot image, and I'll just say height of 200 pixel and width of 200 pixel. Okay, so both of these images now have a size of 200 pixels. Next, let's put some padding of 20 pixel. Let's put some border, let's make 20 pixel solid, and let's give it a color of red. It will look ugly, but for the purpose of this video, where we'll be looking at the box sizing property, this is enough. I also don't like the font, but doesn't matter for this design, for this video at least. Okay, let's look at the margin now. We'll put margin of 20 pixel. There we go. Now let's go ahead and look at the purpose of this video, right? So for that we'll be using this border box class. Let's just copy, paste it here, and then just do box sizing of border box. Now as soon as I save this gets smaller. We'll take a look why it got smaller, and then what we'll do is, for this image, which is a class of content box, we'll select it in CSS, and then we'll just say box sizing of content box, and then you don't see any changes. The reason behind that is, by default all the elements have box sizing of content box, which is by default, I guess. Now if you remember, when we applied this box sizing of border box to the first image, this got smaller. Now the reason is, when you apply this box sizing of border box, the width of 200 pixel is calculated from the outer edge of the border. Let's inspect the element and confirm that. When I click on this, if you look at the box model here, you see the content has a dimension of 120 by 120. We never specified that in our CSS. We don't have this number at all at any location. Then how did the content get this height and width? The reason is, when we applied the padding of 20 pixel and border width of 20 pixel, that gets counted in the width of 200 pixel. So 200 pixel gets subtracted by this 20, and those 20 on the left, and then we have this 20 and this 20, so which accumulates to 80 pixels, and that will get subtracted from total of 200 pixel. As a result, our content will be of 120 pixel in the width. Same applies to the height also. So the point of applying box sizing of border box is, the dimensions are given to the outer edge of the border. That's kind of the main thing here. Now let's look at the image that we gave box sizing of content box. There, if you see, the content has a dimension of 200 by 200, which we specified here. Oops, sorry, Control Z, this one, right? So when you say box sizing of content box, the content gets the dimension of height and width, unlike the box sizing of border box, where the content gets a dimension based on the padding and the border width. So I hope that clarifies what the difference between box sizing of border box and content box. So that's all I have for today's video. Thanks for joining me in today's video. I hope to see you in tomorrow's video. Bye bye.